In this video, I want to introduce you to a Python visualization tool that we will be using so that you get a different view of what your code is actually doing. Okay, so this tool is found at pythontutor.com. All right, so if we click here on Python tutor, okay, it brings us to this window, and ensure that Python 3.6, all right, or Python 3 is selected. We do not want any Python 2. Okay, so Python 3.6 or higher. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to write or create the same variables that we looked at earlier in Spider. So I will say, I'm going to say name is assigned Jane. Then I'm going to say age is assigned 41. Okay, so I will next click on the button that says visualize execution. Right. You'll notice that the screen is now split into two: the code that we have over here and something that says frames and objects. Okay, so the way Python tutor works, there's a red arrow that tells me what will be the next line of code that will be run when I press this next button. Okay, and once you see a pale green line, it means that that line of code just finished running. All right, so when I click next, line 1 will be executed by Python. Okay, and what is the result? Well, here we see that something called a frame, in this case a global frame, has been created. Okay, and notice instead of single quotes it has double quotes. Now, one of the things with Python, if you use a single quote or if you use a double quote, it's the same thing. Python treats both of them the same. Alright, great. So we see that the variable name contains Jane. Okay, so you can think of this as a box, and inside is the value Jane. Later on, you'll understand what it means for a variable to be in the global frame. Okay, now notice that first line is now in a pale green because we just executed it. Now if I click on next, then age contains 41, and of course there is no quotation marks because it's an integer, it's a number. Okay, once again it's under the global frame. Okay, so I have two variables that are under this global frame. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, you don't need to worry about what it means for something to be global. When we go further into the course, you're going to understand exactly what we mean. But for now, all you need to know is the variable, right? In Python, it creates the name and the value associated. It creates the name of the variable and the value associated with it. Alright. Okay, so that's how you use Python tutor. We'll be using Python tutor quite a bit so that you can see step by step what our programs are doing as we execute them. Okay, and by the way, Python tutor is a free site to use. Alright, so you don't need to worry about paying anything. Alright, I'll see you in the next video.